Gary Rowett spoke to the press ahead of Friday's trip to the City Ground, where he praised both the character and depth of his squad.
We've got probably the strongest group that we've had since I've been here. I think we've got the best options, and I think most importantly, it's probably the best character within a group. You know, that I feel it doesn't guarantee us results. It doesn't guarantee us that we're going to be in the playoffs at the end of the season or automatic promotion. But what it does is it makes you think, you know what, we've got a decent group. We're going to fight for each other, and I think that's been the biggest thing. You know, we've not had too many times where, you know, two of our centre midfielders can be out injured, and I can put two in that would be as good as most centre midfielders in the Championship, and that's a great thing to have. You know, Clayton out injured, we thought that previously we would really struggle to get someone like Lucas to play. Has been just as good, if not, you know, better in a different type of way. So we're pleased with where we are at the minute, but again, you know, that's at the minute. We're not even a quarter of the way through the season yet, so we've got a hell of a lot of work ahead. I think what we've got this time round is we've certainly got better options on the bench, or better options to change the game, shall I say. We're not necessarily far superior players, but they're different types of players, and that was something in the summer that we looked at. You know, we didn't win enough games off the bench last season. We didn't have enough impact off the bench in terms of being able to change formation. And we think we're a bit better equipped this season to do that. So, you know, we're quite pleased where we are with that.
Rowett is hopeful that Clayton Donaldson will be available again after returning to training, having been sidelined due to an Achilles injury.
Yeah, well, it's a funny one because when a player coming back from injury, it depends what type of injury and as to what type of work they can do. But he's been out on the grass probably for 10 days now. So he's been running, he's been doing some ball work, but there's just certain elements that he hasn't been able to do. So, you know, top end sprinting, I think for an Achilles injury has been a little bit of an issue. He's done some, but I think it's just been repeated that, you know, he's felt it a tiny bit. But he had an injection last week, and we thought that injection might work a little bit quicker than it had done. For previous games it didn't, but we think that's kicked in stronger now, and hopefully it's freed up a little bit of that sort of blockage that was stopping him doing that last little phase of work. So he's been outside working very hard. He's been running. I think he'll be fit. He's obviously not going to be football fit in terms of playing matches, but he's a naturally athletic player anyway. So you know, he's trained and done some real strong ball work, probably doing more with a sports scientist and medical team than you would do in training sometimes in terms of a load on your body. So he'll train for the first time today. But again, you know, if he gets through training and looks fine, then he's going to be an option for Friday night. In terms of injuries, we're probably looking the strongest we've looked for a while. I mean, there's only Caddy out with a sort of long-term injury that we didn't think was going to be quite as bad, but it you know, it's obviously going to take a little bit more time. I think everyone else, Clayton's due to train this morning. Jacques due to be in this morning. First time we'll have seen him, but he's had a couple of days at home to recover. So from his trip away, everyone else has been in. Everyone else has been training. So Rob Tesh got a knock on Tuesday, so we're hopeful that's cleared up today. But you know, I could find myself, apart from Caddy, with everyone else training, ready for and available for selection for tomorrow.
The Blues boss knows Friday will be a tough test and is well aware of the quality that Nottingham Forest possess.
Well, it's difficult because, you know, you look at their squad, they've got just as many talented players as any other squad in the Championship, you know. To have the likes of Henry Lansbury in there and Britta Sombolonga coming back from injury, you know, and many others. They've got some really, really good players, you know. So we've got to be mindful of that. I don't think winning for 6 games is really something we can preoccupy ourselves with. I think the only thing with that is that we know that they're going to have to make a strong start, because obviously the crowd might get a little bit edgy, and we've got to try and use that where we can. But we'll just respect them as though they're the top of the league team, and we're going to their ground and we've got a big game to play. We think there's ways that we can cause them some problems, but of course, if we don't do the dirty side of the game, if you like to say that, away from home in a Championship, then I'm sure there'll be lots of ways they can cause us problems. So, we'll prepare as well as we can. We'll have a game plan, and it'll be whether we can implement that as well as we have done recently. What we have got is we've got a group that if they're not playing well, we can tough out games, we can react within games, we can, as I said, we can do the physical side of games. So we've got different ways to get results, but we're certainly going to have to play very, very well to do that.